Good evening. It's a lovely day, and we are back right here on Ubuntu channel with PaNsaka. And tonight we are looking at an exciting topic. The discussion is causes of divorce and separation. Well, as usual, we have our well of wisdom. That is Shaabula, our counselor, who is always able, to assist us and get us together and educate the masses.
CJ, I'm fine and I'm ready. Good evening, everyone, and I pray that everyone is okay. Thank you so much. Network. Hello, CJ. Hello. Hello, CJ. Hello, CJ. Hello, CJ. Hello, CJ. CJ, good evening. Hello, CJ. Hello, CJ. Hello, CJ. Hello, CJ. Hello. Hello, CJ. Hello, CJ. Hello, CJ. Hello.
Apologies, connectivity, with this technology sometimes, yeah, it's a problem. I hope I'm audible this time around.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I
Great.
can get you
Mr.
clearly.
Abia, welcome to Ubuntu channel. Good evening.
Good evening, CJ. It's only disappointing that the network has started misbehaving. Anyway, good evening, viewers. We are here for you.
Hello.
Yeah, it's simply like CJ has a problem in terms of connectivity. So, Madam Caroline, welcome to the Ubuntu channel, PaNsaka.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. So, viewers, you can tag your friend, everyone you know that Ubuntu channel is live, PaNsaka program is live. We are here to share the program here at the Ubuntu channel, PaNsaka. The topic of today is the causes of separation and divorce. So we are looking at that one today. This program is not suitable for a person who is under the age of 18. If you have them in your room, please send them away that this is not your program. This program is meant for adult people, the people who are in marriage, the people who are preparing to marry each other, as long as they're above 19. So we are now set the ball rolling. We'll start with Honorable Shaabula. Honorable Shaabula, we would like you to explain a bit for us the causes of separation and divorces. It's now over to you, Honorable Shaabula, for your explanation in order to keep the ball rolling.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As introduced, I'm Evangelist Shaabula. So the topic we have tonight is quite a serious program because it affects everyone. It affects everyone. Now, we are talking about differences between husband and wife. And these differences between husband and wife will always be there. They will always be there. But it matters how the two resolve your conflicts or your differences. So what I'm saying here, Abia or CJ and Caroline, is that no matter how wonderful the relationship is or marriage is, there will always be differences. Why? Because you are not the same people, you are different people. Each one of you thinks differently and behaves differently and reacts differently to situations. And these differences can actually be a source of conflict in your relationship. So normally that is what happens. So we must understand that the other point that we need to understand here is that there is no perfect marriage. There is no perfect marriage. Abia, no perfect marriage. Every marriage, every relationship has got its own challenges. And those challenges, they can, if mishandled, they can actually overpower the marriage or destroy the marriage. So it is important that the husband and the wife find a way of resolving problems. Now, I want to say it again. Remember, a good marriage can end in divorce. A good marriage can end in divorce. While a bad marriage may fail or may continue up to the time when the two die. What did I say? I said a good marriage has got the potential actually to divorce. But a bad marriage has got also the potential to stand up to the end. Now, however, there are certain situations that can destroy a marriage, that can destroy a relationship, that can destroy a family. Certain things that come out and which we allow in a relationship that may destroy the relationship. So these are some of them. What I'm going to bring out is not everything. It is some of them. And I'll leave those to you, colleagues, so that you can bring them out. Now, there are what I would call sexual conflicts. Sexual conflicts. What are these sexual conflicts which can bring problems in the home? One, when there is no sex in a marriage between husband and wife, then there is a problem, especially if it is not discussed, it is not explained to the other person why there is no sex. It can be a source of complaints and it can be a source of problems. So when there is no sex, the husband or the wife or the victim should be able to explain to another person why they feel they should not have sex. For example, if you have
Mr. Abia, are you able to hear
Yes,
me?
CJ. Yes, I'm able to hear you.
Okay.
It seems like Shaabula has a problem in terms of
Evangelist.
connectivity. Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Connectivity seems to be a problem today. Well. Okay. As we are waiting for Evangelist to join us back, it seems these cases are increasing, especially like the divorce cases. The 2022 statistics show that there was about 31,000 recorded cases in Zambia countrywide. But 2023, it went up to 36,000, an increase of 5,000 divorces. Caroline, I'd like to just have your your input on the topic of discussion, what you think the causes of divorce and separations are. Caroline,
Okay.
are you there?
For me, I would just like Evangelist mentioned.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I'm here. Are you able to get me?
Yes, you are now
Hello?
audible. Yes. Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Are you able to get me?
Yes, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Because there's a few, but there are so many. Yeah. Like he just like Evangelist mentioned, a very good marriage might result in full divorce if not handled a lot of issues well. But I think for me, in my own opinion, is that as one, the two people are going into marriage, there are so many indications sometimes that are there that shows to say things are not okay. But we go ahead and just go into marriage because of so many reasons why you want to go into that marriage. Even when there are so many red flags,
We seem to have lost Caroline there. Mr. Abia, Caroline there was mentioning that sometimes we ignore certain things. We see the red flags, but then we just decide to just jump into the marriage. Your views in relation to our topic of discussion, and you can also comment on what Caroline was saying.
Yeah, I'll begin with what Caroline has brought in to say ignoring some important things. Yeah, that is a big problem
Mhm.
because when such things happen, it means that to next you are going to ignore the big bomb that will destroy your home. Um, what causes this, CJ? I'll go back to relationship. You know, yeah. Let
Mhm.
me talk about one or two things that happen in a relationship. When you
Mhm.
are in a relationship with a girl, there is something that is keeping you busy with that relationship in order for that relationship to work on. Okay, one
Mhm.
of those things, one of those things are communication. You know,
Okay.
communication is the key to build up a relationship. If you are in a relationship, you are not communicating with the soulmate. Let me use this language. Yeah, soulmate. You are not communicating to each other. That is a problem. Those are the relationship that doesn't work, because it means this person is busy with someone else, and then someone who is being ignored, who is not being communicated to, will decide that this person is not serious with me. So I'm talking about the relationship that works until it has built up into a marriage. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So there is a communication between the two. How are you today? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I've missed you so much. Text each and every hour, almost texting your friend. Okay, just to keep that person busy, that there is someone there who is holding up for me in order for tomorrow to be two of us in entire life. Then the second thing that happens in a relationship, CJ and Caroline, is tolerance. Tolerance. Somebody, like, let me give this illustration to say, this is a boy and a girl who are in a courtship, and then a girl has a schooner, type of shoe, and then when they are chatting together in person, not on the phone, but in person, accidentally, the girl put her leg on the put her leg wakaskuna afaka pamwamba pa kwendo ya momuna. You see that? And then I'm talking about a big shoe here, like a schooner, ajaka pa kwendo ya momuna. You see that? The man will respond to say, babe, please, you have accidentally. Yeah. You see that, right? There's a word babe at the beginning. Oh, sweetheart, please, you're hurting me. You see that? That is what we call tolerance. So now tolerance is being working in this relationship, and then the woman will get excited to say, "Oh, okay, the man I'm expecting to marry is a man of tolerance, okay, or is a woman of tolerance, okay." Yeah. Now there is a third thing. A third thing is maturity. Maturity, you show maturity when your friend is he has been strangled with some problems, and that he or she may need the help, and then willingly your friend will help you in any way, whether with money, with something, whether it's by words or words of encouragement. Then they'll say, this person is really a mature person. Yeah, so I can marry this one. Now let me take these things into marriage, okay? If communication in marriage is not there, tolerance is not there, maturity is not there, we have all left it into the it was now it's a theme of the past. It is it's not no longer, it's not the time to copy your friend. No, it's time to move on. Then you start ignoring some important things, the way Caroline had said. You start ignoring some important things. You have seen that, no, right now, communication between my husband and I has been broken. We are not talking to each other. You see? That tolerance of touching a phone for your friend that was happening in a relationship, it is not there now. When you touch your spouse's phone, it's a crime. Why are you touching my phone? Why? Do you know what is there? You see that? But when you were in the relationship, there was no problem. Where does that tolerance go? That also explains maturity. That maturity now is no longer working in this marriage. because everyone is taking things personal. So when you ignore
Mhm.
this important thing now, it means it's a sign that your house has a big crack. And if you don't work on that crack, the house will fall down one day.
Mm. All right,
Yes.
Mr. Abia, Caroline is back. Let us bring her into this conversation. I know connectivity had interrupted her there. Caroline, are you able to continue with your line of thought?
Yes. Are you able to get me?
Yes, please
Hello?
go ahead.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay.
We can hear you. You can
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. Oh, as I was saying, that I think in courtship there's so much little that we get to know each other. There's so much perfection. There's so much perfection. There's so much you want the other person to see the best in you. You want the other person wants to see so much the best in this person. Communication flows so perfectly. And
Uh-huh.
when we get into marriage, this is the phase one, the honeymoon phase. There's so much loving, there's so much this. I think the first phase, I think, can last up to maybe 1, 2 years to 3 years, somewhere there. Then now you start seeing the real person of each one of
Mm, Pretty
you. Okay, this is
sincere.
where, yeah, this is where the Bemba, some of the Bemba saying where it says ngakula sanikwa ngashayingiremo. You see. So now this is the stage where there's so much adjustment because this person is
Hmm.
coming from different, we are coming from different background, different upbringing. Now this is the stage where you begin to start each other, the strength, the weaknesses of this person. What is his strength? What is his weakness? What is our strength? What is our weakness? So this is the stage where there's a lot of adjustment for the two people to like get to know each other in depth. You're getting to know each other now, where there's this adjustment. This is the person I'm married to. This is the person I'm married. So
Mhm.
you don't expect like so much to say. This is where from a man's side, this is where now there's so much control and power and control. Okay. So when a man
Mhm.
puts so much power and control, there's a problem there. Okay. So when a woman does not accept to say, this is the man I'm married to, what is his weakness? What is his strength? You start building the weakness, you start adjusting on the strength or building the weakness of this person. Okay. So because you need to understand to say, this person is coming from a different background, upbringing. How was he brought up? How was she brought up? So now you are
Mhm.
getting there where you need to adjust to meet each other at this point where this is who she is, this is who he is. Okay, where he can adjust, where I can adjust, so that we meet at the point, so that we flow in this knowing to say this is the person I'm married to. If he doesn't eat so much salt, I need to know to say he doesn't eat so much salt. Not to say this is how I was brought. This is how you are supposed to do it. This is how you are supposed to eat. So there's so much adjustment now here. This is where now the problem comes in. Where there's each one doesn't want to adjust. The other person, there's so much power and control because I've married you. This is the way to go. So the other person say he has to take the way I cook it. He has to do this the way done that. So this is now where the problem is starting. So if you can't adjust, if you can't accept, there's a problem here. And this problem, if you're not careful, it starts growing. Okay?
Mhm.
Now, this is a problem if you can't accept, it starts growing because there's so much acceptance now. I've known this
Mhm.
person, this is the person I'm married to. because if you can't adjust and accept to say, if he doesn't eat too much salt, let me put little salt. Who's my one? Is she a person who's hardworking? Is she a lazy person? Is she what? You need to know the other person now, their needs, their actually knowing now each other's needs, fulfilling each other's needs. This is where now the this is the level now. You need to fulfill each other's needs. Their wants, their needs. What do they need? What do they like? What do they like? Especially as women, we need to know, what does my husband love? What does he love? Okay, so this is where you put a lot of adjustment and a lot of acceptance to say, this is the person I'm married to. It's like you're studying a book. You are studying this person, and this is, you want to put, this is what he likes, this is what he doesn't like. Equally as a man, this is the woman I'm married to. She's not a property where I can now put power and control because I'm married to you. You are not supposed to work. If she's a working person, no, you can't work. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. But you need to know to say, this person is also coming from a background. She's predestined. She's destined also to do this. Each one has a purpose in their life, and you come together. So most of the time, if you want to diminish the purpose of life of the other person, there's a problem. There's a problem. So now you start fighting. There's this so much fighting because there's no agreement between the two of you. There's no agreement. There's no like coming together, like standing in one accord. Like, how do we stand in one accord? It's like both of you understand each other. You understand the purpose. You understand their purpose. Like, okay. So
Madam Caroline,
yeah. Uh,
hold a bit, hold a bit. This question is in expense of the viewers. You
okay.
have said the power and control. Maybe you should explain a bit what you mean by power and control, because we can left the viewers under the carpet.
Okay. Okay. Power and control is it's when a man starts controlling the other person. You know, remember when you're the head of the wife, okay? It's not like you there's you need to do so much control because I am the man. So like power and control is like you step on the purpose of the other person. And one thing
Or
to
in
be
short,
the
just
way,
giving out instructions. In short, that's what we are saying.
not really instruction. Um,
Or
I can
giving orders.
say, I think that one is even much better. Ordering a
Okay.
person
All
like,
right.
this you can't, this you can.
Okay. Okay. I got it now.
Yeah.
You may
Okay.
continue.
All right. So Evangelist is back. So Caroline, if you can summarize so that we can also allow Evangelist to come in before connection throws him out again.
Okay.
Yes.
I think in summary, I would say understanding each other is and tolerance, knowing each other, understanding each other, and so much tolerance, and knowing the person you are getting to be with. And when you know this person, there's comes acceptance. There's what comes adjustment. There's strengthening of the other person's weakness and building each other. I think that's what can help to
Thank you
avoid
very much.
this like.
Evangelist, welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I hope you will not be interrupted with connectivity this time around. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm grateful that Carol is there. She's doing a good job. But just one for me, I'll just be itemizing some of the problems. Then we can
Okay.
put them together and make a story out of it. What I was saying is that,
Uh-huh.
in the home, there are what I call sexual conflicts. As I said, I've
Yes.
been a counselor for a long time, and I've been invited in many homes. And one of the problems that is very common is actually sexual issues. Sexual
Yes.
issues. When there's no sex in the home, there can be a problem. When there's little sex in the home, there can be a problem. When there's too much sex in the home, there can be a problem. When there's early ejaculation, there can be a problem. When the dick is too big, there can be a problem. When the dick is too small, there can be a problem. When there's sickness, such as STI, STD, there can be a problem. If the husband begins to rape his wife and not compromise, there can be a problem. These are what I would call sexual conflicts or sexual matters. The other problem that we need to look at is the money conflicts. Money conflicts. When you don't give your wife enough money to run the affairs of the home, there can be a problem. And when the wife does not give money to the husband for the family to run around, there can be a problem. Or one is hiding monies, there can be a problem. Or not buying clothes for the wife or husband can cause a problem. Not buying lotion can cause a problem. Then sometimes secretly supporting relatives and parents, they can also be a problem. And so sometimes not even uh, uh, just or doing business behind the back of your wife or the husband, they can also be a problem. And then wrong use of money, such as you take money for alcohol in the home, it can also create a problem whereby you can actually even divorce or separate. Then there are what I would call property conflicts. Property conflict. There are husbands who have built houses and their wives are not told that there's a house, there's a workshop, there's a building there, or there's a garage. And when they discover, this can create a problem. Or running a business which the other partner does not know. It is not a problem. It is also a problem. Then cars, you buy a car or you give a car to somebody else and your partner is not aware of that, it can be a source of a problem. Then hiding your cattle, your goats, your pigs, your chicken, or anything that you keep, you hide it from your friend, that can create a problem. Then giving property to relatives without the knowledge of your partner can also create a problem. And then there's what I would call now unfaithfulness. These issues whereby somebody begins to flirt with other ladies or other men. This can also create a problem. And also pregnanting another lady when you are married, it can create a problem. And then from there, even sleeping or having sexual relationship with a worker, a female worker in your home, a lady, or a gentleman sleeping with a mistress in the home, it can create problems. Or just sleeping out. You sleep out, you are married, and you sleep out, you are creating a problem for your family. Then there's what I would call now compromising on hygiene. When you are not clean, you are not hygienic, you can create a problem in your marriage. You know, you self-cleanness. Kuziva kusamba. You know where to samba, you know how to samba. You need to do a good job. Then the other issue that we need to know is brushing your mouth. You need to brush your mouth and then give nice scent. You need to do that. So if not well handled, it can be a source of problems. Dirty clothes, and all sorts of things, the dirty bedroom, dirty home, dirty environment, unhygienic environment can create a problem. Then the other one is actually bad habits. You know, there are some people, you know, you find husband and wife, this husband does not even flush the toilet. Akaenda ku toilet, aenda chabe, anyamukapo chabe, so then he just leaves. And who does he leave that to? He leaves that, you know, for the wife to come and flush. And the wife will complain, no, dear honey, she will start with the honey. Honey, this, you know, please attend to this. Honey, this. Then she will move from honey now to serious issues, whereby she, you know, there will not be honey now. You are going to be, you know, bitter. Yes. So at name wa Peter mani kunyera pansi. Muzis flash yako mwewe. Munga ni bana bangono. Na mwana uchirufya naye anyera pansi naye munyera pansi. You know, that can create a problem. The other one actually is, you know, you've got a bad habit of maybe snoring. Ukagona ni disturbing your friend to the point whereby they can't sleep. That can create a problem. Actually, I've handled both problems here. Others is urinating pambali ya toilet. Sapi mapakati paja atundira pambali chabe. You know, that can also be a source of a problem because your friend will be touching your urine all the time. Then the other one now is actually, you know, sleeping. Mukankala chai pa ngono, you don't even chat when you go na chape. You munga as if you have got sleeping sickness. It can also be a problem if it is not well managed. Now, then there is also what I would call, you know, a person that is quarrelsome and a quarrelsome attitude or behavior. You are always complaining, you always see wrong all the times, you are judgmental, and you are always accusing your friend, blaming your friend, insulting your friends, fights, you are arrogant, you are just, you know, you are difficult to handle. Lack of conversation, you don't discuss. When you discuss, you are quarreling. This can create a problem in your marriage. Laziness, sleeping, sometimes even overweight. Your weight, watch your weight. Sometimes that can also create a problem. You find that ngati mwamuna akutaba because wankala too fat, you are unmanageable. You can't be managed. So all these are some of the problems. Now, what I would like us to understand is that these little things which seem to be foolish or not the right things, these are the ones which destroy marriages. The other one is the theft in marriage. You know, somebody is stealing things in the home. Aenda agulisa, then drama ija, aenda kumwera moba. So if it is discovered, you find that the wife will kick you out of the home. It can create a problem. Another problem is drunkenness. Kumwa moba, kulezera maningi. If you spend a lot of time drinking, you can create a problem in your home. Or men or some partners who smoke daga, abe mambanje chabe, so munyumba. Or pofuna, they want to have sex at first in beme kombanje. So that is a problem also. It can affect your home. Then the other issue is failing to plan. You are a husband, you have no plans for the future. You can't sit down with your wife, you have no plans. Your wife wants to plan with you, but you do not have time. Your friends are progressing, but your life is digressing. It is a problem. It can create a problem in your marriage and in your home. And also, we need to remember the birthdays for our wives or our partners. You know, just remember the birthday or maybe your anniversary. Some of these things, they are very important for women, but women, even if I'm not given any gift or it does not come, as there are certain times when we don't even remember that there is it's my birthday. For me, somebody can bear with me that, you know, sometimes I forget. Carol knows. Sometimes I can forget that, you know, I'm not able to remember my only birthday. So I have to be told by other people to say, it's your birthday. So in short, these that I have mentioned are issues or they are matters that can affect a marriage if it is not well handled. And therefore, it is important for us to be aware that this, what you call little, can actually destroy your home. And finally, there are people that are immature. An immature attitude can create a problem for both. Even the person that is mature will sink together with the immature partner. So it is important that before we get married, we must also look into the head of yourself. First of all, your own head. Are you normal? Are you matured? Are you able to understand things? You know, and then from there, how is my friend? Am I on the same level with my colleague? Or she's above me or I'm above her? If there's anything that needs to be done, make sure that you do something so that you can move together and be able to live together as husband and wife. Having said this, let me lay my burden and wait for questions and answers or other people to contribute. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Evangelist. Okay, so I want to bring in issues of tradition and respect for marriage. There's a certain sector of society that feels marriage these days is no longer respected the way it used to. Like, it's just for show. People just get into it, and you know, it's just for show. What are your thoughts and in line with that kind of thinking? Is it true that marriage has lost its dignity, its sanctity, the respect that it used to have? Evangelist.
Well, CJ, thank you for this question. It's a very, very important question, and I need to be very, very careful in the way I answer it. First of all, the institution of marriage is an old institution. It was created in the Garden of Eden by God himself. It is not man's institution. It is God's institution. It has been there from creation of the world. Though old, but it is always new every day. Number two, there are many people that have actually messed up in marriage. And still, people still want to get married, even after they've divorced, even after they've separated. So the institution of marriage, it is still attractive even today. Now, to answer that question further, what is it that has made it look like? I'm saying look like as if people don't need it. It is outdated. Number one, these days people do not spend time learning to be a husband, learning to be a man, learning to be a wife, learning to be a woman, learning to be a father. I'll repeat. People do not spend time learning to be a husband, to be a man, and to be a father. They don't. And the women do not spend time to be a mother, to be a wife, and to be a woman. They don't. At least women, they have a bit of lessons which they go through. Most men know nothing. Most men know nothing. To them, once they've got an erection, when they have an erection, they think now they can marry. Marriage is not about an erection of the penis. No, marriage is not about the erection of the penis. It is the erection of your brains, the activeness of your brains, how you think straight and do things, considering the welfare of the other person. You know, a husband has got what is called responsibilities. A lot of men do not know the responsibilities of a husband. They don't know the responsibilities of a man. Neither do they know the responsibility of a father. We don't know. And also women, some women, they don't know the responsibility of a wife, of a woman, and a mother. They don't know. So because of lack of this, it is try and error. When they get into the marriage, they want to try. I think Carol talked of controlling a wife. We don't get into the marriage in order to control a wife. CJ, don't be quiet. CJ, don't be quiet. We don't get into the marriage in order to control a wife. No. We don't control. If you want to control a wife, then you have a problem. Because they've no steering. They've no steering wheel, so you're not be able to control them. You know? We get into a marriage.
I pay to the right price. I'm the head of the house.
No, you are the headache. You are the headache. You are the headache of the family. You are not the head. So a lot of men are headaches of the families, of the wife. We should change from being headaches to head. Now, a head is mindful of the toes, of the knees, of the leg, of the hand, of all other parts. The head is very mindful. It does not want any sore, any pain to get to its body. And the head will look around to ensure that there is safety. And a good husband will ensure that the wife is safe. Not that the wife is following commands and orders. No. You can't, you are not a police officer before your wife. No, you are not a commander. You are a colleague. You are a partner. You are a friend. You are a companion of your wife. And so you work things together. You reason together. You pull together. You push together. You play together. And you pray together. So that's how it should be.
Together.
So now, a lot of us do not understand this. And sometimes you find that you have married a lady who is not as learned as yourself. The problem that we have is that we want to bring in education into the marriage rather than love and respect and the orderliness in the marriage. You want to bring education. You want to treat your wife as a sub-human being. Or maybe this wife gets a higher salary than yourself, or she makes more money than yourself. So she'll begin dictating to you and treating you like you are a servant in the marriage. So those are problems. That is what can cause divorce or separation. It doesn't matter. When we get into the marriage, we are standing on the same platform, on the same plane. There's nobody who is higher than the other person. We are all equal. We are all equal, even before God and before the salvation of God, we are equal. And we need to treat each other with love and with dignity. When a wife is respected, she will treat you like a king. That's when you say, I'm a king. And because you are a king and she's married to the king, then she'll be a queen. As simple as that. But the issue is that, we are using our education and our wealthy to intimidate those that we've married. That should not be the case. So to answer your question, CJ, we are failing to manage wealthy, education, money, and our marriages. We fail to do that. And we don't know what responsibilities we have towards our husbands or wives. There are men, as I told you last time, there are men that take work home, like CJ. Utenga chi computer mu bedroom, you are busy, you turn your bedroom into an office, you are working. No. When you get home,
Imagine,
you are
right
a husband,
now I'm working
you are
instead
not a
of
manager. That is very wrong. That is very wrong. The issue, no, this one is different from whatever.
No,
This one is different.
Whatever.
There are other jobs. There are other jobs whereby you want to start writing.
Whereby you want
2 hours you are
writing.
writing. Your wife is standing
2
on the
hours
bed, left and right, and she's tired, waiting for you until she sleeps. And around 2 hours after you've done your work, that's when you go there and disturb her. Yangana kuno. How can she perform when she's very tired? She needs a rest. That is bad. Being you become a bad husband, and you are thoughtless. You don't care. You care for yourself, because even herself, she needs to benefit from what you're doing, not only you. So that is my answer to you, CJ. Sorry, I've taken long. It was important that we need to bring out all these things.
Okay, thank you. Let me call on Caroline to come into the conversation. If there are questions, contributions that you want to make. Caroline, please come through.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm getting an echo. I don't know if you are getting
an echo. I don't know if you are getting it yet.
We can hear you.
Okay. So
Okay.
I think to my conclusion is that we really need to know when we're in that marriage. We are our responsibilities, our position in that marriage. As a wife, I need to know my responsibilities. I need to know my position. As a husband, you need to know your responsibility. You need to know your position. Because I should strive to be the best thing that a husband would want. It's equally the same way to say. Actually, I would like, for example, I should ask myself, am I the best thing that I would want to live with me before the other person? Do I really want to live with this person myself? Okay, before I stay with the other person. So we need to know our responsibility.
CJ, the
Feedback.
Hello?
Yes. Are you able to control that feedback? Echo, there's echo.
Yes, there's so much echo. Are you able to get me now?
Yes.
Okay. So as I was saying, I said before I stay with the other person. I think there's echo. Hello?
Echo, CJ, there's echo. CJ, control that echo. CJ, control that echo.
Hello?
We can
Hello?
hear you. Go
Okay.
ahead, we can hear you.
So, okay. So, as I was saying, you need really to get yourself to say, do I really want to be with this person for the rest of my life? You as a person, are you comfortable with yourself before you become comfortable with the other person? So what am I saying? Even if I'm a wife, even if I have a big job, I'm educated, I have bigger income, when I come in the home, I need to know I'm a wife. I need to know I'm a mother. I need to put away that boss, manager, director aside. I need to come in as a wife. I'm a wife. When I'm home, I'm a wife. As a man, when you, like Evangelist mentioned, to say, you come home, you have so much work to do, there's no communication, better communication of why things are not happening the way they're happening, more especially communication. I think the best thing from a man, uh, even as a woman, to be the best, to do best, so much best in communication. Why things are happening this way, communicate. Why things are happening this way, communicate. Let there be effective communication. Okay? Effective communication, no matter how the situation um, or no matter how the schedules might be. I think when there is effective communication, there's understanding of each other. I think that's what I can say. Hello? Hello?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Can hear you. Thank you for that contribution. Mr.
Okay.
Abia is back.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Abia, please, I need you to also come in if there are questions. We are actually heading towards the dying minutes. If there are questions, please ask those questions. We need them. And any contributions that you have. I can see we have David Namasiku via Facebook who has said, "You are the best. I'm always active on your page." Thank you, Mr. Namasiku. Mr. Abia, please go in.
All right. Thank you so much, Namasiku. Continue following us.
Continue following us.
CJ, there is an echo.
Yes,
There's an echo that coming. I don't know where it is coming from.
I don't know where it's coming from.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So, um, what I'm trying to say is this. You know, it's very important. Sometimes, if you are getting married, you are in a marriage, to know your responsibilities, because Shaabula has mentioned about responsibilities. You know, this issue of having children, like how many children we are going to have, is a discussion which needs both of you, a woman and a husband. Then the husband shouldn't be overheaded by saying, I need four, I need four. No, that is not the way it's supposed to be. Table the matters at the table. Everyone has to give out his views, then brought in those views into one point. When you agree to say two, for instance, that uh, that idea of saying two children came from a wife, huh? And then you have come into an agreement to say, okay, we are going to have two. Then the other members of the family, they are going to say two is too short. Why can't you people give us three or four? You see that, right? And then the husband should now stand and say, this is a woman that I married. She doesn't want uh, three or four or more. You see, that is a problem. then as a man, you are a problem right there. Because when making that decision, the wife wasn't alone. Or maybe the wife says, no, many havana kamba kalisapi na vano avi hatisiwafuna tani vatawali possibility ava. No. Respect is very important in a marriage. Whatever decision you make in a home is for you and only you as a family. Don't change, especially when families are arguing about the decision you have made. You, both of you, husband and wife, just say, we respect your views, dear sisters-in-law, dear mothers-in-law, we respect your views, but this is our decision. Not this is my decision. No, this is our decision. Then there is togetherness in this marriage. When you stand up together, you will conquer your family to a better family. Not the husband is doing the opposite, the wife is doing the opposite. No. Work together. In terms of salary, Shaabula did mention about salaries. If the husband and wife are working and there is a salary there coming in a home, how you are going to use that money is none of family members' business. It's you, the husband, and the wife's business. Settle that matter together as a family. Not, no, I'm a head of the family. You can bring this side. No. And the wife saying, this is my money. I labored for it. No. There is nothing that comes home without laboring. We are all laboring. Let's stand together as a family and fight that problem that has come in a home together as a family. If one of the two is not working, let's understand that this person is not working, and you managed to agree with your whole heart to say, I'm going to marry this person who is jobless. And now today you are together, it becomes an issue. No. Where does it go wrong? Control that mistake, then work together. Because you discussed about how are we going to bring income in the home. You discussed that. So once you did that, it's warm and dry. So all what I'm emphasizing, CJ, here is respect in a home is very important. Let's respect each other. Let's respect our husband. Let's respect our wives. In whatever decision we made in a home, let's not embarrass them in a public or in a family gathering. That's my input for now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abia. Now, Evangelist, I'm going to bring in a few questions. Evangelist, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Great. So, the first question that I have, okay, we are going to the end as we'll be summarizing. Please touch on this one. In terms of tradition, okay, Mubuntu watu, okay, we have seen that in the old, marriages used to last. Couples would grow old together. These days, we are seeing a lot of these separations, these divorces. Is it true, or is it correct to say that tradition is no longer respected? Okay? Is it true to say that modernization is also contributing to some of these problems that we are having, the divorces and the separations? Equal rights and this gender activism, and if possible, to what extent? And then in trying to bring back our families to the standard. Okay, please highlight the key things that couples need to be aware about. You mentioned that even a good marriage, there's potential for divorce. So please clarify that one in the conclusion, and key things that will help families stick together to minimize the chances of divorce. Evangelist, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, DJ.
Thank you. Thank you so much, DJ.
Let me put it this way.
Let's put it this way.
There's echo.
There's echo.
Yeah, CJ, I want to put it this way. If you look at marriages that were happening, let me start from between the 70s, 60s, 50s, going down there, they are very different from the marriage that we are actually getting into now. Number one, that time, most people were marrying within the tribe. Within the tribe. The Tongas were marrying fellow Tongas. The Bembas were marrying fellow Bembas. The Ngonis, the Luvales, fellow Luvales. Meaning that people understood their culture very, very much. And two, the parents and the community itself played a part in helping the two as they get into marriage, or before they got into the marriage, and when they got into marriage, even when they had children, there were people that were helping them find their feet. People who would stand there to help them even when there's a problem in the marriage. There used to be Bashibukombe, Banabukombe from the families. But those that we have now, they are hired. You know, the Bible says a hired shepherd can run away when he's attacked by a lion or a wolf. These hired Bashibukombe, Banabukombe, they don't do a good job. They don't care. All they want is the money that you have in your hand. So that actually helped a lot, because a long time ago, the society was concerned with the marriage, the existence of the marriage or the health of the marriage. And so the family members understood the tradition of the family, of the tribe, and so they married within, and there were people that were protecting the marriage. It is not that there were no problems. The problems were there, the challenges were there, but there were people who were assigned to take care, to help the newlywed find their feet. So the marriages were protected. Number two, husband and wife. In those days, it was only the husband that was leaving home to go and work. It was only the husband. So the woman at home concentrated on taking care of the children and the welfare of the husband, the visitors, and everyone at home. So they had less challenges that they were facing. These days, we've got women who are career wives, career women. They go out, leave their children with the maids. And then the children, they begin learning the behavior of the maid and the language of the maid. By the time the owner or the parent or the mother realizes that umwana, I am watching a pornography, the child is already spoiled, because the maid will spend a lot of time watching pornography and teaching the child pornos. So all these things are affecting and eroding the sanctity of marriage. Now, the other point that we need to look at is that, you know, when a wife there's feedback. CJ, there's feedback. The other problem is that, you know, women these days who work, when they leave their home, the temptations are too many where they go to work. The temptations are too many. They may find a boss who admires them and who is kinder, very kinder than the husband at home, more gracious than the husband at home. So the temptations are so high that sometimes they forget about their marriages and then they concentrate on entertaining the boss or other people that they meet at the place of work. That also affects the marriage at home. Mukazi asiya kumverera mwamuna because of what is happening. Vice versa, there are also men who do the same. They leave their wives at home and they go and entertain other women at places of work as the secretaries or and just other workers. So all this is affecting the modern day marriage. The other point is that, you know, people, because of being away from work, you find that the husband goes to work in Kasama for 3 weeks. There's no touch with the family. And so there's no communication. There's communication breakdown and everything goes down. And what happens? Both people can be tempted and do wrong things. And during that time, there is no discipline that a father will give to their children, teach them how to be good children, and they will not learn all this because father is away, or sometimes mother is away for workshops for many days. So the children are affected, and so the marriage itself suffers. Now, what we have done nowadays, CJ, we have promoted the idea of bringing money at home. We are more concerned with Ndarama, Munyumba. When there's money at home, then we feel that we shall have a strong marriage. It is not so. It is not true. You can have a lot of money, but then you can also have a lot of problems as a result of staying away from each other, and the children do not see their parents. Sometimes the father or the mother will come around 22 hours, you know, at home. They leave home at 5 hours when the children are still sleeping. They come back around 22 hours. You find for 6 months, the fathers or mothers don't see the faces of their children because they are out there looking for food. So all these are things that affect our marriages. Then intermarriage. When I say intermarriage, I'm talking about a Tonga marrying a Bemba marrying a Tonga, a Bemba marrying a Lozi marrying a Ngoni marrying a Lovale or a Shona, things like that, or a Muzungu, or a Indian. All these are intermarriages or racial marriages, you know, or international, or all these things. These, they've diluted our marriages, our cultures, our systems. So people do what they think. I think marriage, it should be done this way. It should be taken this way. Now, people actually ati vina monga wa imverera. Monga mwena imverera. Now ina alina chikwati chake monga mwene achimverera. Kuti this marriage should go this way. But marriage has got also a standard, you know, formula. Out of that formula, of course, we can break it and get a piece that fits us. But it should not be far away from the main formula. So these are things that that fight us. These days, men beat their wives. Amumenya mukazi wake, beating a wife. It is outdated. It is foolishness. It is a sign that this man has no brains. If you find a man who beats his wife, alibenzeyo. The other issue which has created problems are human rights. Human rights. I've got my rights as a wife. I've got my rights as a man. You know, of course, each one has got rights. We all have rights. But your right can sometimes inflict or fight my rights. So when they fight my rights, then there's a problem. You know, for example, let me give you an example. According to the rights that are there, a woman can choose to have sex with you, a married woman in your home can choose to sleep with you or not to sleep with you. She can say, my rights tells me I can't sleep with you. I don't want. You can't force her. You can't force her. But the issue is that, you know, you must understand that she is a our wives because we want to be with them. No, it should be voluntary, but it is the way also women take it. And also certain men, they want to force a wife. So, you know, we have lost it somehow. We need to come back to our senses and start and begin from where we lost it from, so that we move together. Let us love our wives. Let us love our husbands. Let us respect our wives. When you respect your wife will respect you. If you care for your wife will care for you. So that is how important it is. We just have to respect each other and love each other and care for each other. And also respect the institution of marriage. Having said this, I just want to say that, CJ, my phone is almost giving up. I'm at 2%. But with this, what I've said, I can say that no other person will protect your marriage except yourself. And nobody forced you to marry that person. It is you who decided. Your family members and friends, hands, in my hands. You can choose to move forward, or you can choose to remain there, or you can choose to destroy your own marriage. No one will accuse you of anything. So make a choice. My choice is that I'll keep my wife, I'll respect a woman, and I will do the best that I can. If I will make a mistake, let me make a mistake, not by intention. It should not be intentional, but by accident, because I'm a human being. And if I make a mistake, I will say sorry. I will say excuse me. I will say pardon me. I will say good afternoon. I'll greet you, and I will apologize. By apologizing, I will not lose my being a man. I will still remain a man with my beards. So men grow up and be, then you enjoy your marriage and you'll be able to look after your children together. May the good Lord bless you. Bye-bye for now.
Well, thank you very much, Evangelist. I don't know if it's a connectivity issue. Mr. Abia, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I think Evangelist is having connectivity issues there. All right, viewers, we've come to the end of our program tonight. It's been an exciting 1 hour, 20 minutes looking at the causes of divorce and separations. The panel here has mentioned a lot of things. Like we always say, we are here to help one another, to teach one another. We do not know everything. But please do make sure that you have picked something and you'll be able to apply it in your home so that we can have good, strong families, great marriages, and our nation moves forward. Want to thank each and everyone who's participated on tonight's program, all our viewers, those who managed to drop in a comment. Sunny wrote something: marriage is now nothing but cosmetic and just a show of status. Okay. Lawrence says
That one is a shocker. That one. That one is a shocker. That one.
Lawrence says that Nyozibika Zigororo. Wow. Well, viewers, thank you.
Balance is was a cooler.
He's not here to defend himself.
No, tell him that you must go.
Caroline, thank you very much for your presence, your participation, and your input in tonight's discussion. Evangelist, we are very grateful for the wisdom and your wise counsel as usual. Mr. Abia, very grateful for your contributions. This panel always makes this program very awesome. Not forgetting each and every one of you viewers that were tuned in tonight. Please do share this broadcast so that someone can learn and someone can share it with someone, and the good news can keep on going so that we are able to build each other together. Well, from me, this panel, and the production crew of Ubuntu channel want to say thank you, good night, and God bless you.